Lucky Charms and Cinnamon Toast Crunch with 25% less sugar.
Is it possible to make our beloved sugary cereals less sugary, but still enjoyable?
When they took 25% of the sugar out of these two boxes, what did they put in?
Will it help to eat these cereals with a special guest? Friends, it's time to eat some cereal. Happy birthday, everybody. Welcome to Seriously, where we take cereals seriously. My name is Alex, and I eat and review hundreds of cereals a year in order to help you get the most out of your cereal experience. Every week, we explore what's new and exciting in the cereal world, or we explore old favorites together. So I'd love to hear what your favorite cereal is down in the comments. Today on Seriously, I'm not just exploring on my own. No, we have back with us a super special guest, my older brother, Stevie. There he is. Look at him.
Two-timer.
Yeah.
Two-timing
first
club.
ever returning guest. Wow. Great
Eat
job.
it, Anthony. Aaron and your kids.
Yep, my kids. Those are the... Oh, my pastor was
Sorry,
on
that elf.
Your first guest spot was almost exactly, not exactly, but almost exactly
this month.
2 years ago.
2 years ago this month.
Yeah. Back then, we reviewed a bunch of movie cereals that had just come out around the time. Do you remember any of those cereals?
Ghostbusters reboot, the Avatar cereal, those three witches.
Hocus Pocus
Right.
2, which
a new movie.
was one of my favorite cereals of that year. And...
Oh, yeah, Chippendale Rescue Rangers.
No.
Oh,
Space Jam. If you're a faithful Seriously viewer, I would love for you to go back and watch that episode. Actually, over on our other remix channel. I want you to subscribe over there and then watch that episode when it's re-released in its remixed form in just a couple weeks. That would actually really be helpful.
Watch them on both feeds.
Yeah. All right, now finally on to today's cereal. Yes. You know what it is. It is a weird one, folks. What we have here today is two new cereals. It's really a cereal experiment from General Mills.
I've never seen these before.
Okay, great. I found out about them on Instagram, Cereal Life, and he actually got a statement from General Mills themselves, which says this. Let me quote it. "We are regularly innovating, and these cereals are part of a test at a few select Walmart locations." Did you see these in your store?
No.
They weren't in my location either. Here's what I understand these to be. Though these are new in the full-size box versions, this is not necessarily a brand new idea for General Mills, because cereals like these have been available in single-size servings in schools for a while now. If you go to one of those schools... I'm glad you're healthier, but sorry.
We'll see.
You're right. Maybe they'll be the best schools possible, but I wish they would just give you full sugar.
I know, sorry.
Where you are.
You'll forgive me for not. I mean, I go to the cereal aisle because you're my brother, but these look...
Wait, that's why you go to the cereal aisle?
No, I mean, I spend a lot of time there, and I clock new cereal.
Yeah, good point.
But the packaging looks similar enough that you might miss...
That's true.
This. So if I see like a Urkelos, I'm texting you. But this your eyes could bounce off pretty easy.
So, by the way, what we have here is, of course, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, 25% less sugar, and Lucky Charms, 25% less sugar. I've heard also that in the school version, they also have a Cocoa Puffs, but that has not yet made it to any test markets in these kind of big boxes. These are big boxes.
This says, are we going to talk about this?
Yeah.
They're touting 25% less sugar. Then they make sure you know, don't worry, no reduction in calorie.
If they took the sugar out, what did they put in to maintain the calorie count? In your opinion, who does this benefit?
Is it health halo, right? Like this will get people buying it who, like me, sugar makes me gassy. And so I'm always looking for like 10% less. 25% less. So maybe it's stevia or something that they put in here.
Now, that's very interesting because I hadn't even thought about it until you said it. You were saying that maybe it's not 25% less sweet. It's that they added other sweeteners that are not sugar.
Oh, I'm sure it's still sweet, but it's not sugar.
I was taking this to mean it would be less sweet. That is so interesting.
I'm figuring that's what we're going to test.
That's exactly what we're going to test.
Yeah.
Before we get there, let me tell you, I got these boxes because, again, they weren't in either of our test markets. I got mine from a third-party seller on Walmart. And while they were very normal prices, I think they were $5-6 each, the shipping for each box was crazy. Twice the price of the cereal itself.
Well, good news. They really took care.
Well, that is the key here.
That is, look at that.
Buyer beware if you get this. I'm going to put some pictures up on the screen now of how they arrived. These were demolished. And then, of course, to return them was just as much as they cost.
Oh, right.
So I was like, forget it. But they weren't thinking that they were going to such a high-profile cereal review YouTube channel.
Otherwise, the CEO would have packed them in vacuum
bubble wrap.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, by the way, the only other thing I can think of is that I have seen some people respond to the announcement of these that it would help them because they are either pre-diabetic or diabetic.
Yeah.
That as they're trying to manage sugar intake, anything is helpful. And being able to take in something that they love, that they're nostalgic for, and still have the knowledge that it's less sugar might be very helpful. I looked it up, and that's 11 to 12% of the U.S. population that's wrestling with that. Okay. And so if this does well and it's beneficial, I think that's plenty of a market. Now, just a question for you. In their normal form, not in this one because we haven't tried it, do you prefer one of these cereals over the other?
Lucky Charms. Yeah, I mean, my favorite cereal is Honey Bunches of Oats because of the variety. And so I like the two different kinds of things, the two different textures.
Yep.
I like Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Don't get me wrong, but Lucky Charms. And I rarely eat either of these cereals, but I actually cannot wait.
On the whole, I can tell you that the thing that makes me love Lucky Charms is the oat grain that it has to it.
Oh,
when they mess with that, they mess with perfection. I don't think that has anything to do with reducing sugar, but we will have to see.
Yeah. Is there less sugar on the oats as well as in the marshmallows? We'll see.
They went from 12 grams of sugar to 8.
There's 8 total now, so that means there was 12.
Well, let me tell you how we're going to run today.
Okay.
We are both going to have a bowl of these cereals first.
Yum.
And the idea would be we want to give them a fair shake. We want to see, do we still enjoy these independently reminding us of their original cereals?
We're only comparing them against memory.
Our memory.
Okay, great.
Then we are going to pull out a version of the original a formulation of these and then compare them, but only after. Actually, you know what? I think we're going to pour them both in a bowl at the same time because I'm interested to see if it affects the look or the quantity of marshmallows, things like that. My theory is what's at stake here isn't actually sweetness, it's nostalgia. That it doesn't actually matter how much sugar is in this. It matters if our brains enjoy it as that distant memory of times past.
Great. We are going to see how far nostalgia can go.
That's right. So, in the end, me and my big brother Stevie are going to use all of our cereal expertise to help you decide if you need a bowl of 25% less sugar Lucky Charms and 25% less sugar Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Hey, if you made it this far, you're 100% sugary. Or you're a sweet person. That's the point I'm trying to make. Would you do me one more favor? Would you like this video? That would really help me out. All right, we are ready.
Look at all this stuff.
We have got all of our bowls. We've got our spoons. You have your spoon? We have our milk. I, of course, have 1%. That's what I like. Stevie has.
Thank you.
What is it?
It's the Chobani oat milk extra creamy. It's my favorite.
Extra creamy. I like that a lot.
Shake well, it says on it.
Oh, jeez, dude. You took the little top off, but it's got the little thingy.
Fooled ya.
So I say we start with the less sugar.
5% less sugar.
So I think we should pour both. So get 2 bowls. Why don't you open that one up? I'll open this one up.
I can't do it as well as he does. Still. After all these years of watching. Got it.
Okay. Ooh, mine is rich of color, dark. Okay, trade.
And oh my goodness. Look at that. That is very different. And so far it looks like what's missing is cinnamon. Not sugar.
Why would they do that? You know, one of my big complaints is a beige cereal. And that is exactly what it looks like.
How much beige could that get? None more beige. So on our left is 25% less, and that's full. What I can see with my eyeballs is a huge difference.
Why would that happen? They both have ridges, but it is night and day difference how much more rich and dark and appealing the regular ones are. Why wouldn't they just make them equally as brown?
Okay.
How hard could that be?
I don't know, but I will confess this is completely different than I thought it was going to be. I thought there would be less sugar on it, which what I mean?
Actual
The
cinnadust.
sugar, right, the dust. But I think the recipe of the actual cereal is different. I should have expected that, but I didn't.
If they took the sugar out of the cereal, what did they add?
What?
Rice flour?
Potatoes? What else? What's beige? Some beige food. Okay.
So let's take our bowl of regular and set it to the side just a little bit. Because all we're doing now, we are going to try dry the new formulation, 25% less sugar, and see if we can feel the feels that we're supposed to feel for these cereals. Okay? So let's try it dry. Go for it.
It's pretty good. It's okay.
Yeah.
What if somebody just gave it to you and didn't tell you?
If I didn't look at it,
right. I think I could have told the difference.
Blind taste tested this. You say you could have told the difference or not?
If I looked at it, but if not looked at it, I'm not sure I could tell the difference. That's pretty good.
At least in its dry form. If you need to eat this cereal, do not start looking at the other one. Just pour yourself a bowl, close your eyes.
If all you eat is Cinnamon Toast Crunch,
you might
switch to this and you'll lose 25% of your no, it doesn't work like that.
No, because the calories are still there.
Oh, yeah, that's right. But you'll be eating 25% less sugar overall.
I don't know if I'm right about this, but I do think these are crispier.
Yeah.
And that usually does imply more of a rice flour inside of them than the usual wheat. Now, it's time to try regular Cinnamon Toast Crunch dry. Let's do that.
There's a lot more dust.
Two things. I think it's in the dust difference. There's way more on the regular. And then it lasts more. It lasts better. The aftertaste stays sugary sweet longer in the regular formulation than it does in the other. I'm going to go back and forth now.
It's funny you say aftertaste. The thing that I was most worried about with the 25% less sugar cereals was the chemical aftertaste you can get. And I wasn't getting that. But the good aftertaste of the full sugar lasts and lasts.
But both are good.
Yep. Both are real good.
That's fantastic, right? Wouldn't the world be better if there was just less sugar to mess with anyone?
Whatever General Mills is doing, this could change the world.
All right. Well, I think it's milk time.
Let's wet it.
Just the sound of your Chobani extra creamy sounds different than
it does a little bit, huh? Okay, I'm going 25%.
Okay, me too. Let's try that in milk.
Would you get more views if we were like, ugh, this sucks. Ooh, I hate cereal.
No, we like it again. Dang it.
Why do we gotta like it?
All right, I'm switching over now.
Me too.
All right, let's switch over. Hey, I'll say this too.
Oh, looks so
when
good.
the real stuff is in milk, it washes away some of that dust, and the swirls come out. It looks even better than it did.
It looks great. And also, it tastes amazing. Full sugar tastes better, but not by any massive deal-breaking amount.
I am really happy that they've done it.
They did it.
They told us they were going to do it. They put it on the box that they were going to do it. And it's not that bad. It's totally good.
I'm surprised. I wonder if 25% is as low as they can go.
Did they find the lowest minimum where they're like, it still tastes the same? And then their scientists were like, we tried 35% and it's garbage. We can't
The
go
market
that far.
research, we said 35, nobody would buy it.
Well, let us be willing to put these aside for now.
I'm more dubious about this one because it has marshmallows in it. The smell is different, I think. Do you want to smell it this time?
Sure.
Sure.
This doesn't smell like much at all.
No, there's a...
It felt weird that we were holding it up to each other's noses.
Here you go.
Mine looks beautiful.
Mine doesn't glisten like yours does.
Well, let's switch in so we can look at each
yeah.
other's. It looks a tiny bit more matte finish on the less sugary one. Can you turn it around? Let's see how many marshmallows.
Less marshmallows. Do you think?
Not by much, though. I was really worried there would be like 6 marshmallows.
Oh, that's how they accomplished it. There is, I would say, less of a difference. between these two than there was on the Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Let's try Lucky Charms, 25% less sugar. Because remember, that's what we're trying first.
Yeah.
Try it dry. Put some cereal pieces and marshmallows in your hand.
Okay.
And then we will eat that.
Horseshoe. Tastes good.
What the heck?
What's different?
It is hitting all of the nostalgic buttons that I would have in my life.
This is some new summer in New Hampshire.
That's where we would vacation. That makes us sound rich. Do you know that? We were not.
Case in point, our biggest treat was you can each pick a cereal you like one time in the year.
That's why I have a cereal channel now, is because of that memory when we were kids going on vacation. We got to pick a box of
We
cereal.
did it. We unlocked it.
Let's try just the marshmallows. Wait, of the
same guy.
Of the old one? I mean, of the 25% less sugar one.
Right.
Okay.
It's good. Oh, cereal pieces. Tastes great.
I do want to say that I thought the marshmallows were missing a bite to them. Mm-hmm. They are not 100% the marshmallows. I think they're 95%.
Okay, I'm going to go straight to just a marshmallow then and full sugar.
Okay, let's try that.
Because I've got that marshmallow taste.
I'm going several.
Oh.
See?
Yeah, that marshmallow tastes different. But again, without side-by-siding it, I don't think I would have known.
I eat and review cereals every week, and I'm not noticing a gigantic difference. And certainly not an offensive difference. That's what I was most worried about. That it would be like, yuck, what were they thinking?
I would have put money down that there would have been a chemically aftertaste, and I'm not getting that in the 25% less sugar.
We got to do milk.
Can't believe I ate breakfast this morning. That was dumb.
Oh, you do like a little swizzle. You like rotated it around.
Yep, I do that.
That's good. I do one location.
And you're very, very generous with the milk pour.
Thank you. All right, let's try.
I'm always giving him compliments.
Let's try 25% less sugar, Lucky Charms.
Make sure you're getting both elements.
In milk.
That's
I'm
good.
loving it.
I'm thinking I might prefer it.
No. I mean, that is a shocking statement.
When something is like punishingly sweet, and then you get something like a milk chocolate versus a dark chocolate. Now I'm going to go right to...
Okay, it's time to go right to it.
Yep. Yum.
They have a different grain taste.
Mm-hmm.
I think the grain difference is a bigger difference than the marshmallow difference.
I agree.
Let me say this about General Mills. Their scientists or whoever did the friggin' work on this.
They have those labs with like the big thing, all the twirly glass things, and Bunsen beakers. That's it.
Bunsen burners
things are. They pour one wrong ingredient and it goes. It's those guys.
Those guys did their job here.
I mean, they are working hard, and it shows.
You know how easy it would be to screw this up?
I thought it was going to be gross.
Yes.
And I might be a convert. I'm so pleasantly surprised.
Why wouldn't we take steps as a culture toward something good? Even 25% of one of the ingredients toward good. Now, if they could just release them in more markets so I wouldn't have to get beat up boxes of them by some jerk who sends them third party.
How will I ever get this if they don't just... Do you think it's going to mass market soon? Maybe after this app.
Okay, so let's talk review scores. We're not going to do regular Lucky Charms, regular Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Okay.
Out of 5, what would you give new Cinnamon Toast Crunch 25% less sugar?
4.
A 4 out of 5. I would give it...
I need some space up.
A 3.5.
Okay.
How about Lucky Charms 25% less sugar?
5. I'm telling you, there was a moment where I thought I preferred it to one of the best cereals ever.
What's amazing to me about that is that would be our first 5 on the channel this year, and it's this cereal. Hey, but
it deserves it.
You're the guest, so that keeps it
right,
from me that's having to make that official.
Yeah,
because I would give this a very solid 4.
Okay,
which is high for you. Oh yeah, which is like, this is a phenomenal cereal. Mostly because I love Lucky Charms. Lucky Charms to me would probably be a 4.5. And so this is only slightly different than that, if even.
You pitched it at the beginning. I'm supposed to think about nostalgia.
Good point.
And the dry and wet of the 25% less sugar hit it 100%.
Totally.
So that's a 5 for me.
There. Only if you get them side by side. Why are you spending so much money on cereal? That's ridiculous. You shouldn't do that. You should just buy this and trust that it's going to be what you expected in the first place. Well, friends, we have done it all. We talked. We ate. We found out that 75% of the sugar is still quite wonderful. And for now, it's enough. If you want to try today's cereal for yourself, it seems like Walmart in the future might be your best place to check. Although, like I said, I got mine at walmart.com from some rando third-party person who did not care at all and squished it in a bag. Hey, real quick before we go, Stevie, of course, has an incredible podcast that he's been working on with our friend Tony for, you said it's today since 2009, which is so awesome, called the Two Gomers Podcast.
Where can they find it out on any podcast apps, Spotify, Apple, and patreon.com/Two Gomers.
Hey, and thanks for those of you who came from the Two Gomers to Cereal Sleep.
Hi, everybody.
We really appreciate you watching over here. Now, listen, if you haven't yet, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment with what cereal we should look at together in a future episode.
Until then, never be soggy, my friends. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, right. Bye-bye.